Oh boy. Alright, chat. When we discuss this, discuss some topics. Remain civil. Remember, it's all opinions. So, we're gonna read the post regarding third-party tools. Here we go. Are you ready? Alright. Hello, this is Naoki Yoshida, producer and director of... Okay, we get it. With the release of patch 6.1 and Dragonson's Reprise Ultimate, we've heard concerns from players about the use of third-party tools and the potential for game server emulation. I've touched on these topics previously in live letters, but I would like to take this opportunity to formally address them. Please note this will be a lengthy post containing difficult technical terminology. Look, man, I glanced over this, and, like, I just don't, like, it, not really. Did you see the tweet that preceded this post? Which one? There was a few. Feel free to link it to me, if you want. Yo, Azure, thank you for, thank you for 5 months, man. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. Welcome back. It's good to see you, man. Oh, no. Wait, did they actually take it down? Oh, no. Oh, God. I'm gonna get fucking cancelled today, I can tell. Last stream, everyone. Alright. Alright. May not be of interest to the average player. Moreover, this announcement is meant to be read in its entirety, so I ask that you please refrain from sharing excerpt of this text out of context. Out of context, sorry. They took down the Red Mage point of view because of ACT callout. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna either make or lose some friends with my take on this one in a bit. Alright. Use of third-party tools. As stated in the terms of service, use of third-party tools is strictly prohibited. Players who are determined to be using third-party tools will have their accounts suspended or permanently banned for repeat offenses. Okay. We know this, right? So let's just set the scene, right? They have said this 100 fucking times by now. We know. We respect that. I can't say that with a straight face. We understand that more is probably the better way of saying it. However, their lack of ability to do anything about it in 99% of cases just means, like, it's a boy who cried wolf situation. Like, this kind of shit just keeps coming up over and over and over. Nothing is done. Botting is rampant. Cactbot is rampant. Like, various other programs such as FFXIV Alex Alejandro is rampant. Like, how do you expect people to take you seriously when you don't do anything about it except put words on a page? Or give us the fucking parent talk in a live letter once upon a time. Problem is, to get the quality of life we want, we need to be shown using these tools. They do bring that up. I will get to it. But yes, I think that is part of the issue. So, okay, with that in mind, let's continue. For any newer players here, this is all mostly like empty threats because nothing is ever done about it. Occasionally there's a big thing where people get banned. Such as the data mining incident. Like... Ungamax and get fixed till it leaked to Reddit. Yeah, because then it's public. And, like, I guess they know about it. Or maybe they did before and they were like, let's hope nobody uses it. But, you know, such is the internet. People will use it. Defining third-party tools. We have received requests from players asking that we define what tools are and aren't permissible. but to do so would require an assessment of all third-party tools available on the internet, as well as all gaming devices and their functionality. Unfortunately, such an undertaking is physically impossible. Which is why we decided to simply prohibit the use of all third-party tools and software. But this is where, like, it already gets muddy. Like, I'm seeing Discord mentioned. Like, yeah. Like, you know, I think it's a given by now that we don't ban things like Discord because, like, VoIP communication is pretty fucking standard for, like, any team-related game. So, you know, I think we can assume pretty safely that's never gonna not be okay. But, like, bro, I don't know. It just goes back to this. It's like the lack of action taken, like, ever. Yeah, shadow play, OBS. I'm already breaking ToS. I'm using OBS. This has recording capability. Is my monitor a third-party tool? I don't think so. Mahjong not permitted. Oh my god. Anyway. Receive requests from players asking that we define... Anyway, sorry, I read that. By the same token, it is impossible for us to check what programs are installed on every player's PC. This is why we cannot identify and reprimand offenders 100% of the time. To offer more clarity on our process, here are a few examples of rule violations we prioritize. Spotify lets me clear fights better. Honestly, true and same. Like, okay. So, here we go. Use of tools that allow players to more easily complete content. So this is your trigonometry, cactbot, etc. Some clear sellers are also tools. So, you know, that applies there as well. Modification of the UI to display additional information. So, like, ACT percents and stuff? Do I uninstall my operating system? Yes. You must play on, like, DOS box, whatever the fuck it's called. Use of packet spoofing tools. What does that mean? Is that... That's FFXIV Alex, right? Okay. Yeah. Alright, that makes sense. Yeah. Somebody resubbed, by the way. Where the fuck is it, dude? I can't fucking see it. Gal, thank you for 4 months, dude. Sorry, welcome back. Thank you. Appreciate it. Any action or public statements that promote use of third-party tools. Okay, so, like, I'm actually safe from this one because I always discourage it. The amount of times I moaned about it, and I'm gonna moan about it again today. Spoiler alert. So I'm actually safe from this one. I'm also safe from this one. I'm actually safe from this one too. I'm actually safe from all of these. I'm actually like... I don't use any of this. I'm a ToS abiding citizen. How do I download and install ACT? Google. Ustream kinda sus. Yeah, true. Exit lag count as packet spoofing. What they don't know doesn't hurt them. Ah, shit, my ACT command. Fuck, chat! Ah, fuck! I was so close, man. NSFW would like to disagree. We don't talk about it. Alright, hacks, mods, risk of infection from malicious software. Wait, hold up, wait, I missed a bit. All reports of such activity warrant investigation, and accounts determined to violation of game terms of service will be suspended or banned. So, like, here's the thing, right? From the start, they've always worked on this report basis. Like, they don't actively monitor their game. They don't even monitor streamers. They watch them, but they don't fucking care. Right? But because they only work on a report basis, so many people get away with this shit. Like, oh my god. Like, maybe if you monitored your game, maybe you'd have an easier time of, like, cracking down on this shit. You know? Like, is that not obvious? Is that, like, just monitor your fucking game? Like, you know, as much as I'm not about to condone the use of any of this, as I will talk about in a bit when we get there, like, are you living under a rock? Like, this is the internet. This is what people will do. Regardless, it happens on every single game. Anyway, moving on. Hacks, mods, risk of infection. Right, hacks are alterations of a program that can allow for otherwise impossible things to happen. For FFXIV, which relies on server-client communication, hacking is much more difficult than in other online games. Okay, dude. Moreover, our security measures are being improved upon constantly and will continue to bolster them in the future. Supplementary tools known as mods, however, can do a number of things such as display additional information. Yeah, such as nice catgirl titties. Or send false pack information to change the location of characters. In the case of the latter, we have systems in place to automatically check and inspect system logs, allowing us to immediately take action against cheaters when discovered. Once again. Extremely incorrect, because people are literally cheating on PvP to this day. I'm sorry, Yoshi-P, but we're past the point where, like, words are going to scare people. Like, we really are. Like, you have to deal with it. Look, man, like, I realize that, you know, it's his duty to speak about these things, and again, I'm never gonna complain about his transparency. But you cannot tell me that this is true. With how much cheating is going on in, like, PvP, for instance. Let alone other things. It's a subject of constant complaint on, like, Reddit, the forums, etc. And yet, like, just nothing is done. Nothing changes. So people complain some more. And still nothing changes. And we just go around and around and around. Like, it's actually insane. Words aren't gonna do it anymore, man. Yes, Doc. It means you didn't starve. How dare you? In short, the use of such tools will not allow players to automatically clear higher-end duty content, yet carries a high risk of being penalized, so we ask that you refrain from using them. I'm gonna move my character. Not automatically, but it does make it easier, such as, like, Zoom hacking and stuff, you know? When will fight begin? What do you mean? I'm currently fighting with the English language. Like, the thing is with Zoom hacks is that, like, ultra wide also exists, which is almost the same thing. It's where you can, like, zoom out more than usual and see more of the arena, basically. Anyway, we've received many inquiries regarding infection by viruses and spyware that steal passwords after downloading third-party tools and plugins. To keep your system secure, we ask you to exercise judgment, refrain from needlessly downloading third-party tools. I mean, like, look, man, like, if you go to, like, fucking illegitprogram.bullshitsite.com and download, like, the latest fucking $5 Zoom hack, and then wonder why you have a fucking Trojan in your PC. That's your fucking fault. Like, this applies to the same people that fall for the fucking, like, 300 million guild giveaway scams. Like, if you're that stupid, that's on you. I'm sorry. Like, it's 2022. You should be smarter than this by now. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah. Oh my God. Yep. Well, there it is. That's a zoom hack right there. Yeah. That's basically how it works. Why would you stream that? Because when you have like 2 viewers, no one cares. If you did that with like a bigger stream, you'd almost certainly get in trouble. The further down the directory you go, the worse it gets. Like, trust me. You go to like the bottom of the directory, you see like WoW like fucking UIs all over people's screens. And a billion callouts and shit. It's bad, man. Like, I've gone on deep dives at like 2 AM. Have I seen... Is this what I think it is? Yeah, I've seen this. Yes, this is... I imagine lacking so much integrity. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you don't deserve your accolades if you use this shit. I'm sorry. Anyway, moving on. Enhancements to the HUD and other UI elements. We believe that people use the aforementioned tools to expand the HUD and display more information because they feel that existing functions are insufficient for tackling high-end duties. In recognition of this, we intend to review the most prominent tools, and in order to discourage their use, endeavor to enhance the functionality of the HUD. Though it will take some time, we're determined to make it happen, not least for the benefit of those who play on consoles. So, like, this is nice. Again, this is like, you know, like, this is something we need, and this goes back to what I think Tunnel said earlier about quality of life. Like, yeah, those kind of things should kind of should be in the game. Like, just basic things, bigger cooldown numbers and stuff, you know? At that point, it's accessibility. It's not even about, like, gaining an advantage. So, yeah, I hope they do this, but again, they're being way too slow with it. The reason people use so much stuff from the launcher, like the more legit stuff, not like the fucking pixel perfect shit and all that, is stuff that should be in the game already. You know, like, Square Enix really underestimate, like, how many people care about Raid. And stuff like that. And, like, even just having their UI look nice. Like, it's a lot of people. So this is nice. I'm glad they recognize that. I hope so. And it doesn't look like they're specifically saying that this is bad. Like, despite their earlier statement up here, like, they're not condemning this, which is nice. You know, at least it shows some degree of understanding. But obviously, in like a PR post, they cannot say that. Saying that they know why people are doing it. Well, yeah, but like, it's kind of words to the same effect. It's like they understand. And so they're not like reiterating the point. And yeah, for people on, like, not least for the benefit of those who play on consoles, I guarantee this is like half the reason that they don't like this stuff. It's because it's quote unquote not fair. And okay, I get it. But then you should have this stuff in the game. Alright, here we go.
Woo Saren, you look stressed and you lost some hair. Oh wait, That was a mirror, it is me. Sag.
Feels bad, dude. That'll be me one day, I'm sure. Tasha, thank you for 5 months. Welcome back, man. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. So, let's get down to the meat of the matter.
As a WoW Mythic Raider, I always thought FF14 was a weeb game with no real challenging content. Now that I see there are checkpoints in their fights, I can now confirm this.
Jesus Christ, man. Not again. Jesus. High-end duties and world races. It goes without saying that we're aware of world races for high-end duties. As the developers, we're proud to have grown into one of the few games where they're held, and it delights us to see so many players participate as well as spectate with great interest. Imaginary Dawn, thank you for 2 months, and tier 2, appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the even bigger support. Welcome back. Great. We are aware they watch world races. We know this. I've said this before. They've said it before. Many people have said this before. We know. But a race should be fair, and it's our earnest wish that participants don't use third-party tools. Indeed, we've only released duties that we have proven can be beaten with the game's standard features. Without a doubt, patch 6.11's Dragon Song's Reprise is the hardest duty we've ever created. True. Some may compare it to Unending Coil of Bahamut, but taking into account our players' improved skill, increased number of actions, and more complex mechanics, this latest ultimate entry has the edge. To be able to conquer it in such a short time requires great individual prowess, teamwork, and support, and you can consider this gamer thoroughly impressed. Because such races are unofficial, we usually limit our involvement to some comments after a number of teams have cleared the duty by offering our congratulations via the official Twitter account and confirming timestamps. We want to recognize your achievements and contribute to community excitement. However, if our recognition encourages excessive competition and controversy to the extent that players resort to third-party tools, I regret to say we may have to reconsider making comments in the future. There's so many things wrong with this statement. There's so many things wrong. Number one, your recognition doesn't encourage excessive competition and controversy. No one cares about what you think because these races have been unofficial for so fucking long. Because you don't care. People don't do it to have Yoshi-P verbally suck them off. People do it because they enjoy playing the fucking game. They enjoy being good at the game. And they enjoy racing against other people. We lost waymarkers in combat because of the unofficial world race. True. Although I'll kind of touch on that in a minute. I regret to say that we may have to reconsider making comments in the future. So you want to prohibit third-party tools, which, by the way, I agree with. Because I fucking hate them too. And I hate that people rely on them so much. I fucking despise it. But if this is all you have to threaten with, is we won't make comments about world first in the future. Do you think that's gonna fucking stop people? No, it fucking isn't. Like, what is that, like, empty threat? You're so lucky you're not on P6. We've seen it twice. We're just wiping to death of the heavens a lot still. We got there. A couple times. Hopefully next raid is, we'll see it more. Anyway, I'm sorry, man, but like, look, I get it. I fucking hate it. I really don't like the Cactbot, trigonometry, etc. are such like a mainstay of this game. I don't like the reliance people have on it. I think it's awful. I think it's disgusting, and I think people should strive to be better. However, if you're not willing to, like, actually crack down properly on the use of this stuff in a world race setting where people's goal is to come first, they're gonna use everything at their disposal. Sorry. Like, I think, my opinion has always been that, like, as someone who is nowhere near world first level, who is comparatively casual, and has only really been a serious raider since, like, Eden's Promise, maybe. Like, I've not, like, contrary to popular belief, chat, like, last tier was my first hardcore tier. Or this current tier. You know, I've not been a hardcore player for a long time. Really. I'm not even that hardcore on this ultimate either. I've not been doing 12 hours a day like a lot of people. So maybe my take here is not that reliable. I don't want to talk about that, Roxas. Jesus Christ. I still remember it. It keeps me up at night. You know, so, you know, I'm not really that hardcore of a player. I've only been, like, more serious about Raid for a matter of months. Really. But, like, in a world race setting... Sorry, I'm finally getting to the point. I'm just trying to formulate my words. In a world race setting, I feel like all bets are off, you know? Like, if people are allowed, as in, you're not gonna fucking actively ban them for using this shit, in a world race setting, you should absolutely expect people to find any way to have the edge. Do I agree with it? No. I don't. I don't think it's good. I think it sucks that, like, third-party tools get used in a world race setting too. But when you're trying to be first, how surprised can you be? Really? I don't know. Like, I don't like Cactbot. I don't like triggers. I don't like any of that shit. I think people need to strive to be better and find a way. You know? Come clean. Remove that shit from your PC. Do it without. You'll be surprised what you're capable of. But in a world race setting, like, it's gonna happen. And I guess we'll talk about the T situation. The reason we have this band-aid fucking solution on markers is because... is because of Paisley Park. A drama that emerged after T. Now, unfortunately, my clear group also used it. I didn't like it, but after such a rough time finding a group and all that stuff, I just grinned and bared it. I didn't use it myself. I just grinned and bared it. I just wanted to clear the fucking fight. Well, yeah, basically it had the timeline of the fight and would change marker placements accordingly, essentially. And, like, show up safe spots and stuff. Like, it was pretty bad. Like, it was bad mostly for Exatrines. If you had an idea what world races do to get first clear, I can imagine, Uni. I know, and I don't like it. Like, I don't like it. I'm not condoning world racers doing this shit. I'm not. I think it's fucking scummy. But my problem is with the fact that Square Enix don't do nearly enough about it. And then complain about it. It's like, in a world race where if you're not gonna, like, stop people properly, then you should expect it to happen. It shouldn't happen. Yeah, I realize that, Uni. Like, that's what I mean. Like, it's just like this cycle, like this catch-22, this paradox. You know? No one's under any illusion that world races use all kinds of fucked up shit to clear first. And I think it's fucking dumb. Even as someone who's, like, nowhere near the point of being able to do 16 hours a day of raid. I think it's fucked up. It's why I just don't really care about the world race. I'd rather just support my friends and fellow streamers in their endeavors to clear. No matter how fast or slow they do it. Because I feel better, like, supporting people who are going hard and don't use this shit over people that do whatever it takes. But then, as I said, in a world race setting where the fucking company complain about it endlessly and reiterate how against ToS it is, but then refuse to do anything substantial about it. Like, why are they surprised? You know? I hope that makes sense, chat. I'm not coming at this from a place of skill. I'm coming at it from a place of, like, principle. Like, it's just so weird to me. It's not, though, Tesha, because they say this every single world race, more or less. The same shit happens every single world race. The worst one is when they took away our manual marker placement. So we just lost quality of life instead of just banning people that were using Paisley Park. Like, it's just such a fucking weird thing to do. I'm just so confused. As someone who really just hates the use of, like, triggers and shit. I've used them before. It feels like fucking shit. I never used Cacbot or anything. I had, like, a trigger here and there. And I turned them off because they're fucking annoying. I had more fun learning mechanics myself. And from that point on, which is a good, like, 2-3 years ago now, I never used them again. Even if I only ever used, like, basic, like, TTS. Like, it's just so fucking bad. It's just distracting. It's not even always right. And then I fear you end up with a situation where people can't even fucking raid without it. You know, it's Tuesday. A patch just dropped. Fuck, Cacbot doesn't work. We'll go tomorrow, guys. Sweet fucking Jesus. Don't be that person, chat. Be better than that, okay? You can all be better than that. I don't care how casual what you are. You can all be better than that. So yeah, just to reiterate, I think it's shitty, like, the lengths people go to for, like, world first and shit. But in a race scenario where you're trying to beat other people who are also using it, by the way, you know, there's no mutual agreement to not use third-party tools anywhere. And in a situation where the company behind the game just throw empty threats all the fucking time and don't actually do anything about it. Is it any fucking surprise? Really? You know, I'm not defending its use in the slightest, but they could absolutely do more about it. And with comments just like, I regret to say we may have to reconsider making comments in the future. No one fucking cares, dude. People don't world race to get your fucking, like, hand on their dick. Yeah, literally, who asked? And, like, your recognition doesn't encourage competition. There would be competition no matter which way you look at it. It's fucking madness, man. So yeah, that's my take. Take it or leave it. Moving on. So I also heard they took down one of the world first POVs because of it. Is that true? Before I move on, just last thing. They did it for the OST stuff. Okay, so yeah, this is why I brought that up. Because they've never taken down, like, POVs of people using that shit. So I kind of wanted to fact check. Like, it seems like Square Enix are very strict on, like, OST related stuff. Whose group? Neverland. World first. Like, they are very strict on, like, copyright of certain things. So I'd believe it, but we don't really know for sure. But yeah, again, like, unfortunately, it's a situation where, like, world racing, if you don't use that shit, you're at a disadvantage. Because unfortunately, many teams use dumbass shit to help them go faster. And I think it's shitty. But we can hardly be surprised. Anyway, you get it. I've said it like 5 times. Anyway. Data mining and screenshot leaks. Due to an oversight on the development team's part, model data for Dragon Song's Reprise Ultimate was present in the 6.08 data. My brother, it was available much earlier than that. I saw the final phase Thornton model in like 5.5 or some shit. My dude. What are you talking about? Oh my god. Come on, man. Where am I getting those? They're not hard to find if you know where to look. The data was mined, and the appearance of the raid's final boss was made public. Such data is normally masked and cannot be discovered, but this time it slipped through our checks. So when data mines come out, usually on like patch days, because people mine it like instantly, and this is very, very, very ToS, by the way. Just putting it out there. Be careful what you say in chat. This is extremely ToS, right? Some stuff is like encrypted, so it can't be mined. I don't have any experience with it firsthand. This is just stuff I've been told. Just putting it out there for legal reasons. But like they apparently started like encrypting shit, so people can't do that, and that's good. Like, that's fine. I have no issue with that. I think that's good. I think mystery is nice. But sometimes they don't, and then this happens. In addition, virtually the same time the patch was released, a screenshot from a phase that players had yet to reach was leaked. We believe it came from Insider, and are in the middle of a thorough investigation. We refrained from making this known earlier because it would make the investigation more difficult if the suspect were aware of it. Fucking hell. Did they ever get the guy that leaked the media tour shit, by the way? Because that was, like, pretty fucking illegal as well. Next par. Oh, right, I gotta read. Okay. Such leaks are utterly unacceptable, for they not only undermine the efforts of the development operations teams, but they also take away from our players' enjoyment. Fair. Previously, when a major leak occurred prior to the release of Shadowbringers, we succeeded in identifying a culprit and took legal action. That there has been another leak, despite this, is deeply concerning, and in addition to bring the offender to account, we will take measures to prevent a repeat of the situation. How fare you in Dragon Song? We've seen Phase 6. This is not what I was talking about, chat. I was talking about the Endwalker media tour. But if it happened prior to Shadowbringers 2, that's pretty funny. Like, this happens every time. I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about this. I just find it kind of funny. Like, I just feel like it's just kind of funny to me. Like, fuck, dude. You gotta sort some people out. What the fuck? Because, yeah, like, it's fucking, like, it's, like, legal implication. Because, like, when you work for a company and shit, you are under, like, NDAs as well.
I sexually identify as a Savage Aim Materia X. Ever since I was a simple cat girl, I dreamed of being overmelded into some hardcore raider's new piece of crafted
Why, though?
gear. People say to me that
Why?
a person being a materia is retarded and I should at least aspire to be a main slot meld, but I don't care. I just want to be smashed against a piece of gear in the hopes of being pushed inside and melded into it. I'm having a plastic surgeon install small stones and ornate patterns on my body. From now on I won.
Sphere POV still up when he's using the Waymart plugin triggers. Well, that's what makes it, like, kind of a grey area to me. It's like, was it because of that? But you'd think probably yes. Anyway, yeah. So this is just kind of funny. Like, goddamn. Like, that can actually... I don't know what the law's like in Japan, but, like, that can actually get you, like, in serious trouble. Be it graphical resources or something else, and maybe legal ramifications for mining private data via illicit means with the intent to make it public, perhaps due to high interest. However, we've been seeing websites that openly release mined graphical data. As a show of our admiration for those who clear ultimate raids, we designed their reward weapons to be as eye-catching as possible and to widely spread their images outside the game that could diminish players' motivation to earn them. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not doing this ultimate for the weapons. I'll get one for sure, but I'm doing it because I like raid and I want to clear raids. Like the weapons really aren't that good this time round. I'm gonna be honest with you. But anyway, the point stands. They are eye-catching and very flashy. Yes. I've seen a few running around Zodiac. Congratulations. God Gaming. But they've definitely looked better in the past, I think. Like, again, like, Square Enix's reasoning, like, could diminish players' motivation to earn them. Like, this just isn't true. Like, this just isn't true. Because people go to the vendor before they've even gone in the ultimate and go and check them out. So what do you mean it diminishes players' motivation? If players' only motivation was the weapons, they would have just left their fucking static after fucking seeing them this time. Because they look like ass. So I really don't think that's it, Chief. I don't think that's it, Chief. I really don't. Like, they have some, like, crackhead reasoning for this sometimes. He's refrained from December. Again, like, look, man, like, I get it. But, do you know how games solve, like, cheating issues and issues like this? They go one of two ways. They either actively monitor and ban people who are posting it in places, like, you know, they find ways to link their account to their characters, etc. Or they do a Blizzard and they completely embrace it and then just make things so bull-bustingly hard that it doesn't matter. Now, I don't want that direction because I don't want to play WoW. I want to play Final Fantasy. Yeah, like the way to do it is literally just obfuscate everything, encrypt everything, like they had done with some stuff, and it works. So why they don't do that for more stuff, I don't know. I don't know how data mining works. I don't really want to know how it works. I don't ever want to try it. But if you want to be mad about it, then do better. There's 2 light grid. It's more like 4, actually, I think. But yeah. Oh, is it only 2? Oh, okay. Fair. I thought it was more. Never mind. Oh, they're just uploading. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, like, the racing is gone now anyway, so I can't even check. But whatever. So, you know, so up to this point, you know, it's really nothing new. Honestly. We've heard it all before. But, like, Yoshi, you've got to start acting. A lot of this don't like this either. You know, I've already gone off about this, as I'm sure people expected me to. And, you know, let's not even talk about the elephant in the room, or maybe we should, XIV Alexander. So, let's talk about that briefly before we get to this last part. Like, I don't like XIV Alexander. I think it's shitty as well. Anything that unlevels a playing field, I think is shitty and should not be used. Like, if, as with all of these things, if you use this shit, but like you don't gloat about the advantages and shit, then like I don't really care, man. Like, it's your game. You do what the fuck you want. I'll do things my way, you do things your way. Just don't fucking like flex on me and shit if you used every plugin under the sun to clear a fight. Because that's fucking dumb. Right? But ultimately, like, I don't really care. Unless you're an asshole about it, I don't really give a shit. I will just never encourage it. I will actively discourage it. And I will, like, make sure that people that, like, watch me and stuff understand my point of view on it. But XIV Alexander in particular is like a weird one, because like they can't netcode or whatever the fuck it is their game for shit, and it's designed in such a way that some classes are just utterly fucking unplayable at higher ping. Like, it's actually just Clunk City. You know? I'm more inclined to understand it more. Sorry, I'm just trying to, like, formulate words in my head before I want to speak clearly. Like, I somewhat understand it because of the situation with the servers. The problem is, as with all these things, it can be abused. There was that guy that was like banned from FF logs because he was proven to be like fucking quad weaving on Dragoon or some shit. Like, people will abuse it. And that's shitty. Don't fucking do that. Which is why I usually just say, no, I don't fucking like it. Even though I understand, like, the plight of players. Especially as a machinist. Like, as a machinist main, you know, I have some degree of sympathy. And I also have some degree of sympathy for people like NA players who, where the servers are on West Coast. And there's obviously East Coast gamers. And they get the same ping to West Coast as they do to fucking Europe. Like, that's fucked up. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, it's rough. And then you couple that with, like, the inability to play certain jobs at higher ping, and once again, Yoshi, you wonder why people fucking use this shit? Like, bruv. Wake up. Words alone aren't gonna fucking fix this problem. You need to take action either on people or like on your game. One or the other. NA servers are West Coast? Yes, they are. Might add my brain delay to my ping. I definitely get like 1-2k. Same, dude. So yeah, once again, I don't like it because it unlevels the playing field. But in this case, it's such a rampant issue with this game that like I have some degree of sympathy. Especially as someone who plays a very ping reliant class. Okay. Server emulation. The leaks outlined above have led some to speculate that groups may have used server emulators to figure out the progression timeline for this battle. However, FFXIV is run by a variety of independent programs operating on a multitude of specialized servers, so to completely emulate its server environment outside our infrastructure is impossible. It would cost tens of millions of yen just to obtain necessary servers. Without these servers and their proprietary programming,
asking for a casual pleb friend that is not me.
While one could potentially pull the client software and display model data and the like, the game itself will not operate. Thank you for the donation, whoever that was. I'll read it after this. Thank you, though. Appreciate it. Tens of million yen, like the price of a friend. I don't know. Don't tell chat about our private server we've been running for 3 weeks. Bro, imagine if we had one and we're still this bad. Fucking Christ. So, this is obviously a nod to, like, the rumors of TPS back in the day for T, because they cleared so far ahead of anyone else. You know, they're finally addressing this, like, 2.5 years later. It's been that long between ultimates, by the way. I think everyone knew this was a meme. I don't think anyone truly thought this was real. And anyone who did clearly has no idea how a fucking private server would work. Like, please. Proven their innocence this time around. Yeah, but like, someone's gotta get accused of it, right? Even if one were to somehow accomplish such a feat, it would still be physically impossible to run the unique program introduced to the service upon application of each patch before the patch is even released. The progression timeline for each duty exists solely within the server-side code and is never included in the patch downloaded to players' clients. Okay. But we still have programs that fucking intercept that information, such as CactBot. So, you know, right, we can debunk this problem all that we want. Doesn't mean it's not there. They don't deserve this wave of hate. No, I don't think they do either. People are mostly hating on TPS because of Sindolf's tweet. And, like, as much as I think, yeah, okay, they clown and meme and shit and are cryptic, and, like, it didn't backfire. They just didn't, like, play well enough. I don't know. Like, I don't even want to say that. I don't even know how to word it. Like, people just need to fucking relax, man. Holy shit. Anyway. Like, yes, like, Sindalf especially says some weird shit sometimes. But you also have to consider, like, you know, suspend your disbelief for a sec. Sometimes people aren't always serious. I know. Mind-blowing! Whenever you watch a streamer every day, they're gonna say a lot of shit in a day. Lo and behold, sometimes they're baiting you. Don't take streamers so fucking seriously. Don't take anybody so seriously on the internet. Saren, this is Twitter. I know. You know, I'm not saying that, like, everything they say is, like, particularly justified. I'm just saying that, like, people gotta chill, man. fucking crazy, man. Oh, God. It is pretty funny, though. I mean, that's why I use Twitter, yeah. I apologize for any undue concern caused by these rumors, which themselves were sparked by the aforementioned leaks, and once again assure that we will conduct a full investigation to prevent this from happening in the future. Okay. They were not sparked by the aforementioned leaks. This has been a thing since, like, T. Like, once again, like, they're just so, like, delayed. Like, I feel like they're just so far behind. They think this was sparked by leaks. Not true. They think this was mined in 6.08. Not true. It was like 5.5 something. Like, my friend, this just goes back to like how little their game is monitored. And they want us to post feedback on forums about jobs? Like, bruv. Maybe this means because they've ignored machinists for so long that like we're coming up to the point where they might finally pay attention. Maybe. But I'm coping pretty hard with that statement. In conclusion, thanks to our devoted warriors of light, Final Fantasy XIV has grown into a titan among games. This means that it is now home to players from all walks of life, and not just long-time FFXIV fans, but those who have recently come to join us from a myriad of other game communities as well. Many more eyes are now on FFXIV, and posting about it garners a great deal of attention, which has changed how information is shared online and spreads throughout the player base. It's always been like that, but sure. With this in mind, I would like to encourage the development of a strong FFXIV community by continuing to provide commentary as I have today. Truly, I cannot apologize enough for the many mistakes we made in 6.1 and the resulting disappointment in such a major patch. As I said before, 6.1 was kinda disappointing. When an alliance raid was like, in my opinion, the pinnacle of the patch, that's kind of sad. The housing problem that's still kind of ongoing. The lazy extreme. The half-baked adventure plate system. What is this? This is a Lodestone post about third-party tools. And among other things, like, it's like I felt like a fucking QA tester. Like, I really did. And that wasn't okay. I have a smell my finger portrait. Nice, dude. Hot. Nevertheless, we intend to forge ahead. Nice. So that FFXIV may continue to bring joy to as many players as possible. And I hope you stay with us on this journey. Luckily for you, Yoshi, playing this game is now my job, so I'm not going anywhere. And I will bury myself in catgirl titties to help myself survive. And that's against ToS. Thank you. Sapro, thank you for 13 months, man. Welcome back. Appreciate it. Thank you. So, that was fun. Again, mostly nothing new. Just a lot of, you know, a lot of stuff we already know and yet are still failing to see any action against, except strong words and a lot of pleading. That's my cat. Go fuck a stream. God damn. Okay. Thanks. What did they break now? Nothing. They're accusing us of breaking things. So, you know, again, like, we have, like, I don't condone any of this either. I've made this very clear. But you're not doing enough to stop it. Posts like this aren't going to help. This is gonna scare streamers for like a day. This isn't even gonna scare me today. I'm still gonna have ACT on stream. Because I don't use it to harass people. I have it on for viewer enjoyment. It's not gonna change shit. Every time a post like this goes out, people freak the fuck out. They turn all their mods off. They remove ACT. They like reinstall their fucking game. Because they're scared of like consequence. Hello, Saria. But the truth is, there is no consequence because nothing ever changes. It's just that, like, we're now at the point of the cycle where it's talked about by the developers. So we go from people use it. People get mad about it. Devs get attention. Catches devs' attention. Devs talk about it and say no. Nobody gives a shit again. It's just this endless cycle. I am reading the post, yeah. You know, I just don't... If you want something to change, Yoshi, and I think something should change. Once again, I fucking hate this shit. I do. But the only people that can do anything about it is you. So do something about it. For fuck's sake. I think that's all I really have to say. You know, we spent a good, like, hour on this. You know? I just... The bottom line is, you've got to do more about it or people will keep doing it. That is the nature of the internet. People don't get banned. They'll just keep doing it. Regardless of how much we don't like it. No ways to using one you're not. Well, yeah, but like... You know, it just creates this, like, conflicting narrative. Because it's like... On one hand, they're okay with it because people are being nice with it. But on the other hand, people abuse the fuck out of it. And then it diminishes, like, people's fucking whatever. Like, achievements and shit, or whatever, you know, it's just like, they're just so confusing. It's just so weird to me. Do something about it or don't. Holy fuck.